Before we dive in, I've got something for you. If you're studying for the ARE, you don't need to figure it out alone. Inside my free resource hub, you'll find study guides, resource guides, pop quizzes, and other tools designed to make exam prep a whole lot easier. Head to dci.beyoungdesign.com/resources or check the link in the show notes to grab it now. It's completely free. All right, enjoy the show.
Do you want a full overview of architecture, but like in 10 minutes? Today, let's explore the fundamentals of architecture, what it is, why it matters, how it shapes our world. But let's do it like rapid fire, 10 minutes. All right, let's do it. Hey everyone, I'm Bryn Young. I'm a licensed architect, and I want to give you a super quick overview of architecture, but in 10 minutes. This could be if you have ever thought, maybe I should be an architect, or what even is an architect? Or maybe you just want like a refresher and you're in school or you're an aspiring architect, or you're an architect and you just want like, how can I explain architecture in 10 minutes? Okay? So to start, the hell even is architecture? So architecture is the art and the science of designing buildings and also other physical structures. But here's the thing, it is so much more than just aesthetics. It's also about functionality, sustainability, safety, and also really meeting human needs. Throughout history, architects have balanced these different factors in order to make iconic structures that honestly define our landscape. Architecture has really evolved alongside human civilization. I mean, you can think back to the monumental structures of ancient Egypt, and then even the slick lines of modern skyscrapers in Dubai. And as humans evolve and our worlds evolve, technologies evolve, so does our architecture. Let's do a quick timeline, really, really quick. Let's do 6 different areas of time in architecture. Number 1, ancient civilizations. This is like Greece, Rome, Egypt. This style was really monumental, heavily symbolic, very reliant on geometry and proportions. 2, the Gothic and medieval. This was Middle Ages. Think of like those pointed arches, the flying buttresses, and really this emphasis on verticality. Then we have Renaissance, Baroque. I say it like that because it just feels so like, ooh, Renaissance. And that's how the architecture was too. It was this revival of classic principles, so a little bit less jarring as the Gothic period right before it, but a little more ornate, the decorations, symmetry. Then we go to the Industrial Revolution. This is the 19th century. This is the rise of glass, steel. Think of industry, right? Mass production and new structural possibilities due to a lot of this new industry. Then we have modernism. This is the 20th century. This is minimalism, functionalism, innovative materials. Then we have postmodern and contemporary. Now, can be kind of like eclectic, experimental, focus on sustainability, and also new technologies. So how is new tech altering and influencing our architecture, our built world? Let me give you the core principles of architectural design. We have form, function, materials, context, and sustainability. So form, this is the shape and appearance of a building. This is how a building looks. Function, this really prioritizes how this building or structure or even object is going to be used. This is really making sure that things flow seamlessly and there is a purpose to whatever it is. And then materials. Materials don't just affect aesthetics, which they do, but also durability, cost, even sustainability. Context. This is a really big one. You can tell if a building is out of context if you're designing for a mountain home in a desert climate, or architects need to consider the climate, the surrounding buildings, the local culture, and also the community needs. And that's going to influence the design of the structure. And then sustainability. This is a more common core principle in today's day. And this is like solar panels, green roofs, certain building materials, energy efficient materials. And these are becoming more common. Okay, the architectural process. Let's break this down in like 2 minutes. Okay. And this is good for your exams, but basically the architectural process, this can be broken out into 6 phases. This is schematic design, design development, construction documents, bidding and analysis, and construction administration. Now, the 6th one is a pre-design phase. This one is before schematic, and this is like your site analysis and whatnot. This may or may not be included as if you're working on an architectural project. This may be something that you do, or it may be something the client already gives you. So pre-design, site analysis, this is really analyzing the site, understanding the local codes, what's allowed, what the client wants, the programming, all that good stuff. Schematic design, this is really rough sketches. This is going to start building up what is going to be designed. This might include bubble diagrams, napkin sketches. It's not supposed to be beautiful or designed. The whole point of having these different phases is if you look at a high rise, it can feel intimidating, like, oh my gosh, how did they come up with that? There's so much detail that goes into a building, even a tiny structure. There's still so much detail. So when you break it out, you just focus on one piece at a time, and you go from macro to micro. You go from the big picture, the site, the sun, the climate, all that stuff, to the tiny details. And so by breaking it out into these phases, we're allowed to analyze these different areas so that the overall project can be beautiful, safe, all that good stuff. So the design development, that's refining the schematic design, that is getting it into a more concrete design, working out the details. Then the construction documents, we're actually creating the documents to be built off of. Bidding and negotiation, this is going to be working with contractors who are going to be building it. And then construction administration, this is overview, make sure that what is being built is in coordination with what is drawn. So what are some key tools or skills that you have to have as an architect? So this day and age, a lot of architects use digital software for their drawings. You might have a few who still do hand drafting, but you really want to have some digital skills as an architect. We use software like Revit, AutoCAD, and then there's a bunch of different rendering softwares that people use too. SketchUp is one people use, and other things to create the digital models, construction documents, and then also hand drawing skills. Even though so much is tech driven these days, nothing really replaces the hand-drawn rough sketches of an architect. Now, if you think, oh my gosh, I'm a terrible drawer, that's okay. You can still be an architect. Go look up Frank Gehry's sketches. It's literally like the messiest things in the world. So I think of architect sketches like a doctor's notes, right? It's sketchy, but it allows your brain to process and come up with these ideas, these designs in a totally different way. Okay, architects have to be incredible problem solvers. Really what we're doing as architects is solving problems. And so designing within constraints like budget, regulations, codes, client needs, all of that. It's not like you're just designing anything you want anytime. You still have climate. There's things that you have to, topography. There's constraints. And so we have to be really great problem solvers. Knowledge of construction and materials. And this will come as you work and as you have experience. But a good architect really understands building materials, engineering principles, and how different materials behave. And again, that's going to come with time. So I remember when I was first starting, the idea of a detail felt so overwhelming. But as I got more comfortable with it, I got more experience on the job site, I started seeing projects in time too, to see how buildings behaved over time. It helped me be a better architect. And then communication and collaboration. Architects don't work in a silo. We are working with clients, with consultants, with a whole team of people. So you have to really be able to communicate. You have to be able to work well with others. You have to be able to rely on others' expertise, because we have to have so much knowledge, a little knowledge about everything, but we can't be an expert in everything. So we rely on other people, our team, to create the incredible projects that we make. So why does architecture even matter? Especially with AI these days, is an architect going to matter? Will architects matter? Good architecture enhances our lives. There's no doubt about it. It provides shelter. It fosters community. It reflects our collective identity. It can be artwork. It can spark inspiration. It can preserve heritage. And it can promote well-being. A healthy, safe building can make a huge difference in your mental health, your physical health. We spend 90% of our time indoors, which means we spend 90% of our time in some sort of architecture, and I would argue it's way more than that. So, architecture is critical. Yes, we can use AI to help make our process more efficient and streamlined and maybe even safer. But we architects, as human architects, change the world. And doing that and seeing how a client and their family interacts with a space, seeing how a community goes through a new neighborhood, there's nothing like it. So thank you for joining me on this super quick architecture basics in 10 minutes. If you are interested in more about architecture, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and check out some of our other videos. And let me know in the comments, where are you in your architecture journey? Is it something that you want to do? Are you already an architect? Are you just interested in architecture? And let me know where you are, and then what type of video you want to see next. What topic would you love for me to cover next? All right, have a beautiful day, and go check out some of these videos next.
Thanks for listening today. Hey, remember, you've got free resources waiting for you at dci.beyoungdesign.com/resources. And when you're ready for deeper support and to come hang out with us, join us inside the ABC Club and ABC Club Premium, where you are going to get the help you need to pass your exam and actually enjoy the process. So don't let another week go by without moving forward. Take action. You got this. Check the links in the show notes and join us inside the club.